Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have your TEF Canada exam coming up soon, you need to know these tips in order to make sure that you get a higher score in listening comprehension. Tip number one is stay focused. Although it is very obvious, but I just can't miss this point. It is extremely important that you stay focused and just don't get distracted by whatever is happening around you. Generally, the room environment is very quiet and exam centers take care of those things. But even if anything is happening around you, people are moving around, taking any notes, anything, just don't get distracted because in listening comprehension, everything happens really fast and level of difficulty also increases by section. So it is very important that you stay focused and just don't pay attention to anything which is happening around you. My next tip is be quick when you are answering the question. Before the recording starts, you have few seconds to read the question. And once the recording stops, you only have 3 to 4 seconds to answer the question. So my suggestion would be while you are listening to the audio, if you have understood the answer, just select it right away, or as soon as the recording ends, just select the answer right away because the screen switches automatically to the next question and you would not have the option to come back to it. So while you are listening to the audio, just make sure that you select the right answer. Next tip is don't leave any question unanswered. Since there is no negative marking, there is no harm even if you select the wrong answer. So if you've not understood the audio well, just select any answer, but just make sure that you select something before the screen switches to the next question. By chance, if you select the right answer, you are going to get points for that. If you select the wrong answer, it is not going to harm you in any way. My fourth suggestion is use elimination approach. Whenever you are in confusion, just remove the options which you are sure that they are not correct, and then between two options, just choose one to the best of your understanding. That would give you higher probability of selecting the right answer. My next suggestion is don't get demotivated. By any chance, if you have missed any question or if you have selected the wrong answer by mistake, just don't think about it anymore because you are on the next question now. And if you keep thinking about the mistake which you have just done, it would also impact the current question that you are answering and maybe some more questions which are coming up next. So just try to be in the moment and don't think about what has happened in the past. Don't get demotivated by thinking that, oh my god, I've selected wrong answers in easy sections. And what happens when I get to section C now, which is going to be even more difficult? Just be in the moment and just try and attempt one question at a time and get rid of all of these negative thoughts in your mind. My tip number six would be familiarize yourself with the exam format in advance. Having a command on the language is one thing, but when you are taking an exam, it's also important that you understand what the format is. You have some strategies in mind already. For instance, I'm going to take some notes in this section, but in this particular section, I'm just going to pay complete attention to what I'm hearing. And these things would only happen when you do many mock tests. So in order to familiarize yourself with the exam format in advance, I have created another video, a detailed video on listening comprehension, in which I've tried to cover everything that I've learned related to the listening comprehension exam. And I've talked about each section in detail in that video and my tips and strategies, which has helped me to get C1 plus in listening. So I would highly recommend, if you have your exam coming up, please watch that video. It is going to give you some idea about how the exam is going to be. What should be your strategies to ensure that you get a higher score? My last tip would be do as many mock tests as possible. You can find mock tests on Prep My Future, TEF Academy, but mock tests are limited on these platforms. On Prep My Future, I think you only have 3 mock tests, and apart from that, you have some mini mock tests. I have some test papers from previous year, I think from 2017, but the exam format is exactly the same. So I'm going to share that with you in the description box below. You can find my Google Drive link and you can do those mock tests as well. So in my Google Drive, you're going to find 6 mock tests. On Prep My Future, you'll find 3. Apart from that, you'll find some mini mock test also. And then on TEF Academy also, I think you can find about, I'm not sure, maybe 8 to 10 mock tests. So I would say try and do as many as possible. In terms of priority, you should probably first do Prep My Future mock test because they are more in line with what kind of questions we really get in the exam. And then you can do 6 mock tests that I'm going to share in my Google Drive along with recordings and answers. And after that, maybe you can do mock test on TEF Academy as well. TEF Academy is a bit expensive. You can get access for a few weeks or for a month, but it is relatively expensive. So I would say that is something that you can do maybe a month before the exam. Yeah, so these are my 7 tips. I hope you have found this helpful and wish you all the best for the exam. Bye.